Well, thanks for visiting us this morning at KTALnews.com and your Weather Authority app. I'm meteorologist Josh Marces, and this is your Friday morning forecast update. Another big update for you today. We'll have slightly better weather to close out the week here, as we did have a dry cold front move through yesterday. I'll have an update on that. We do have another cold front coming this weekend, so we actually do have a slight chance of rain returning, and this will be the front that gives us some great weather for much of next week. But the big question mark end of next week is where is that storm in the Gulf of Mexico going to go? So hopefully I'll have some answers here for you. Look at your temperatures today. Should be great through the morning. You'll step outside. You'll enjoy the lower humidity to start the day. Most of us with temperatures upper 60s at sunrise, so we should go into the low 90s this afternoon. Of course, the past few days we've been pushing 100, so at least we've dropped a few degrees today, and that drop in humidity will feel very nice as well, especially if you are headed out to the football games this evening. So look at your Friday night blitz forecast. We'll have temperatures at kickoff likely in the 80s, and I would expect we'll stay in the 80s for much of the game time tonight, and eventually dropping into the 70s for the drive home. Later tonight we'll have clear skies across the region for much of the day as well. Now there's a cold front out here. This is the front that's going to come through late Saturday, early Sunday. So taking a look at Futurecast, we'll go all the way to Sunday here. From Robbins Toyota, you can see the mostly sunny skies today and just a few clouds this afternoon. We'll be dry for most of the day on Saturday, but you can see that front does trigger just a few spotty showers and storms here, mainly across Arkansas, but we could see some of that rain into northeast Texas and Oklahoma as well. If you have outdoor plans, it'll be a small amount of rain, so I don't think it's going to have a big impact on Saturday. And again, showing a few showers along that front on Sunday. We will feel some heat relief by Monday. Sunday's still going to turn into a pretty warm day, as there's a little bit of a disconnect with the cooler air behind this front. So later tonight, 60s and low 70s, and I'll get to the 7-day in just a moment, but we'll give you the update on the tropics as well, as the National Hurricane Center continues to watch this wave here. I would bet good money that this thing is going to get designated as a tropical cyclone today, maybe even a tropical depression at some point. So this is the storm that will continue to move up across the Caribbean here and eventually curve up towards the Gulf of Mexico. Forecast models starting to come into better agreement as far as where this may be headed, and you can see as it moves into the Gulf, it does take this turn up towards Florida, and that would be next Tuesday and Wednesday that they would see most of the impacts from that. There's still some uncertainty where this thing can track a little bit further to the west, but we do have a cold front that's coming down middle of the week here, and that's likely what is going to steer this away from the Arklatex. So we're not out of the woods yet, given that we're still a week out from some of the impacts of this storm, but I think we're starting to see some more certainty that this may at least brush the eastern side of the Gulf of Mexico rather than the northern Gulf Coast in Louisiana and Texas. So I think we'll be okay avoiding that storm at this point. Look at your 7-day forecast. Does show those temperatures dropping into the 80s for much of next week, and overnight lows in the 50s and 60s, looking at some great fall-like weather for much of next week.